Hello again, geometry. This week we are talking about compound area and perimeter. So let's get into some examples. So first example, let's just find the area of a figure that looks like this. I'm going to say find the area. Of the figure. So we've got a semicircle, and then a rectangle. This little dashed line right here kind of shows the division between the two basic shapes, but shows that this is actually one full shape together. So I'm looking for area. So first thing I want to know is, what are the basic shapes? Well, first one I see is this piece right here. This is a semicircle. Half of a circle. And then the other thing I see is this right here, and that looks like a rectangle. Now that I've identified what the basic shapes are, let's put some information on here. This side length is 19, this side length is 33. With these two pieces of information, I can find the area of this entire thing. So let's do the easy one first, area of the rectangle. Area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. So this one's easy. We're just going to do 19 times 33. When we do 19 times 33 on our calculators, we should get 627. So the area of the green part is 627 square units. Okay, now I want to do the area of the semicircle. So the area for a circle is pi times the radius squared. But we know that this is a semicircle, so at the end we're going to have to divide it by 2 because it's half of a circle. So I need to know the radius of this circle. The radius starts in the center and goes halfway across. If I think about it, half of this side right here would equal my radius. This side right here, 33, is the same as my diameter, but I don't want the diameter, I want the radius. So to find the radius, I'm going to do 33 divided by 2. If I do 33 divided by 2, I'm going to get 16.5. So I'm going to use 16.5 instead of 33 divided by 2. This is going to be my radius right here. So let's plug our numbers in and see what we get. So the area of this semicircle is equal to pi times 16.5 squared. And then I'm going to divide all that by 2. So 16.5 squared is equal to 272.25. Let's get a little more room so we can write our answer. So area is equal to 272.25 pi over 2. So I'm going to multiply all this out and get just a number in decimal form, not pi. And I'm going to combine my two areas. So multiply that number by pi and divide it by 2 in your calculator, and you should get 427.6. We're going to round to the tenths. So this is the area of the semicircle, 427.6. Now I need to know what is the total area, all of this together. So my last step is find the sum. So 627 plus 427.6 should give me 1054.6. So the total area for this compound shape is 1054.6. Okay, let's do another example of compound area. This one's going to be a little different than this one. So I'm going to move over, find some more space, pause if you are not all the way done writing your notes, pause and catch up, and then continue on with this. So, another example. Okay, so according to a code and rules book, washers used on a certain machine must meet specific size requirements. Below is a view of a washer. Part A says write an expression that can be used to find the shaded area of the washer. Part B then says what is the area of the shaded part of the washer if R equals 1.5 inches and T equals 5.5 inches. So the first thing I want to notice is this piece is made up of two circles. So if I'm looking at part A and it wants me to write an expression, what I'm thinking of is this is kind of like a donut. And what I mean is this donut has this outside, and then the donut hole has been cut out of the middle. So if I find the area of the big circle and subtract the area of the small circle, that's like removing that center piece, and that will leave me with the ring. So I'm going to be thinking of area of a circle. So area of a circle is equal to pi times the radius squared. So in this one, I have R for my small radius and T for my big radius. So if I find the area of the big one, that's going to be pi times T squared. Area of the small one is going to be pi times R squared. So to find the area of the washer, what I need to do is area of the big one minus area of the small one. So I'm going to do pi T squared minus pi R squared. This will give me the area of that washer. So this is the answer to part A. Area of the washer is equal to pi T squared minus pi R squared. Now I need to do part B. What is the area of the shaded part of the washer if R is 1.5 inches and T is 5.5 inches? This one's going to be easy. I'm just going to plug it in. Okay, so I'm going to use my expression from part A, and instead of T and R, I'm going to replace them with these values over here. R is 1.5 inches. T is 5.5 inches. So area of the washer is equal to pi times T, which is 5.5, that's the bigger one, squared, minus pi times R, that's the smaller one, 1.5, inches squared. So, to make this easy, we're going to grab our calculator, and I'm going to do 5.5 squared. That gives me 30.25 pi minus 1.5 squared is 2.25 pi. So 30.25 minus pi minus 2.25. First I'm just going to subtract the numbers and keep it in terms of pi, and then I'll find the final answer without pi. So 30.25 minus 2.25 gives me 28 pi. So you are welcome to leave your answer in terms of pi if it's something easy like that. Or you can multiply that by pi, get a decimal value, and both of those are correct. So if I multiply 28 times pi, I'm going to get 87.96. And my units on this, inches squared. So the area of this washer is either 28 pi inches squared, or I will also accept 87.96 inches squared. So that was 2 examples on compound area. In class on Wednesday, on Zoom, we will talk about compound perimeter. It's pretty similar. You find the perimeter of 2 different shapes or more than 2 different shapes. So make sure you take notes and write down any questions you have, and I will see you soon on Zoom. And one last thing to note, this type of problem that we just did with the washer with the circle inside of a circle is one of the most common geometry problems to find on the SAT. I see this one on basically every SAT practice test. So it's a good one to get familiar with.